generative AI and NLP. He's a proven leader. He has guided teams to achieve remarkable outcomes. Welcome back again, sir, and you can continue.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So, hi, good afternoon, everyone. So, I'm here for the second session, and I'm really happy to meet you people again. And yeah, let me share my screen. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. So my screen is visible, right? So everyone, like, maybe if possible, can anyone respond?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So far, I guess, like, you might have understood what are the generative AI concepts are evolving in recent days, right? There are a lot of models are coming. Maybe like recently, Google have released some models which can create or recreate the entire thing. For example, if I'm giving you some the image photo to the Gemini model, then it will be able to generate, or even it can change entirely. So for one example, if you say the automotive car, if you are giving to the model and then asking to recreate that one, means like it will be able to recreate that one. And even in terms of content creations, even in terms of blogs, in terms of research papers, in terms of video or music, or so there are a lot of things are, generative AI are helping the humans to reduce their workload, increase the productivity, and then increase the personalized experience also, right? But even though it is doing all those things, but still there are a lot of challenges are there, right? So one thing is, like, you can talk about ethical copyright things and the ownership and the intellectual property. So what is copyright again? So you people might be knowing it. If I'm creating or something, but if you're copying that one, then I may claim that, okay, you might have created my own thing, right? And then there are a lot of things are there are a lot of tools are available, and then people are trying to create something new out of it. But who is going to be the responsible for that, right? Whether the created image or created the content are like the tool owners will be claiming that one, the ownership, or who's created the content, that person will be claiming that ownership. So these are the things in general we will be seeing in this today's section, right? So anyone can tell me, like, what are the ethical challenges can come, maybe in the chat box, or maybe you can unmute yourself and you can talk about that one also. So what are the ethical challenges can be there? So whenever we try to create some new product or anything new, what are the challenges can come towards on the ethical, like copyright or ownership, or it can be anything. So maybe you can put it in the chat box also, please, sirs and ma'am. So you can do that, like you can put it in the chat box. I'm just expecting, like, everyone should able to answer, or everyone, if that can be done, and it will be great. Okay, anyone, like any volunteers, what are the challenges can come? So I guess I can't see chat box, I guess. Okay, chat is there. Okay, ownership. Yeah. So any copyright issues, or what are the challenges can come? So that is my question. So I guess everyone understood the question. Devika ma'am, Shanmuga Priya ma'am. So anyone, like, want to say these are the things can be the problem? Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, copyright in AI generated works. So that's what the we are going to talk about first. Okay, so whatever the tools which is creating, right, like ChatGPT, it can be, or even it can be Gemini model, or like we saw, I guess last week, I guess we saw Monday we have seen something, right, like about music or about art, and all those things. So those are like AI generated. But again, what are the places people can claim that, okay, this is my content, right? That's what we will be seeing now. So whenever someone is claiming, okay, the copyright things, then that should be, human authorship. That works must be, created by the human beings, okay, not the AI tools. So in general, that's what happening as of now. So people are, trying to create some patterns or whatever. They are, even you people might be in the research area, so you might be, you might be applying for the patent and all those things. So that is something, someone should not copy your work, right? Because we are putting a lot of effort, and then someone coming and, copying our work means we will not be able to accept it. So that's how it will be there. And so US government, even issued the copyright law, which is like, if you want to claim the copyrightability for any kind of work, that should be created by the human being. Even in their organization, there are a lot of people are using, RAG architecture nowadays, right? Retrieval augmented generation. So consider that people are trying to mail someone for some issues, okay? So but that mail is done by AI tool, means the US in-laws are not, accepting all those things. So whenever you are connecting with the clients, or whenever you are connecting with the customers, then those things should be human intervention, not with the AI intervention. Or if you are trying to use any kind of AI tools, that should be, under human supervillains, right? So especially, like, US having these kind of rights, and even the European government is also having, these kind of laws in general. So, and even, like, court also declined the copyright protection for non-human authors in US and Europes. So but like still, even India is also having that, but still evolving those things. Like, we are, designing our own AI laws, right? So recent case, if you say, like, there are a lot of cases are there, but especially I want to mention Taller, like, versus Copyright Office. Taller has created some, or generated the images by using the AI tool, but in after that, he was claiming that, okay, this is my thing, someone should not create. But again, there was, some chaos was happening that time, that, okay, who will be having the copyrights, right? So, but even works created by using the generative AI or AI tools also can have the copyright protection things. But how? Both, like, who is creating the content and who developed the tool, in between both of them, they can have some agreements, and they can claim the copyrights. So that's what, like, copyrightability of AI output should be there. Someone, if claiming for the copyright, right? Okay. So ownership question. So that's what, like, if someone is creating the content using the AI tools, so who is going to hold that authority, right? Initially in the author or authors. So who is author in this, or who is, like, maybe I will give you some example, small example. So there is a camera manufacturing company. It manufactures the camera, and then it will give it to the market, right? And then photographers will be there. So I like photography. Okay. So I buy that, camera, and then I try to take the image, correct? But whatever the image I take will not be claimed by the camera production company, right? But I will be claiming that it is my own image. I have clicked it because I'm a human. I can hold that ownership things, right? The same way here, the author is who is the photographer, right? The production company, the camera production company is a tool developers or creators, we can say. And then the output which was created, that can be the image in photographer's case, but here it is like whatever the content which was generated by using the AI tools. So author is like a photographer, you can see, and the whatever the photo was taken by the photographer, that can be the content, right? Whatever the content. So initially it will be with the author, or even right now also it is with the author only. But after that, like, people are discussing about, there are a lot of people are discussing about, no clear rules are set in as of now. So for authorship, right, who will be having it? Either author, like, who is creating the content, or the AI tools was generated by someone, or they will be holding that one. But there is no clear rule set now, right? but company even often handle ownership through some terms they will be having. Okay, so if you are creating in this area or in this level, then I can give you some kind of copyright, ownership. I can give you, I can provide you, right? But for example, like OpenAI, directly say that these are the rights to, you can claim your own generated output maybe. So we will be like, this is what like quoting the ChatGPT is quoting that. So ownership of content, so as between you and OpenAI, and to the extent permitted by applicable law. Okay, there is some law, like they are giving some context. You as a retain your ownership rights and input, even own the output. You can, you can own your input also, you can own your output also, whatever the content was created using the ChatGPT model, which is OpenAI model. Okay, so we, like they are saying, we hereby assign to you all right, title or interest, and if any, in and out, in and to output. So for both the things, they are giving the right, right of authority to you. So that's what OpenAI says. So there are other models also, even like Gemini says this, and then few other models also says the same thing, right? And okay, so copyright infringement issues. Okay, what is infringement issues then? So whether people are crossing the limit. Okay, so whether they are trying to develop any kind of a model. Okay, whether those developing models are following whatever the laws or whatever the copyright things are set to the people are followed or not. So whether they are crossing the limit or not. So these are the infringement issues can come in general, right? So one thing is, like, you can say that training data concerns. So whenever people are trying to create any kind of a new model, so what are the things will be used in general, like the data sets will be used. Maybe what are the data source available? Can anyone respond me in the chat box? What are the data source available? Open source. You might have seen some um, open source data sources. Any data source you aware of, like where you can get the data? Yeah, I need some responses in the chat box. If possible, it will be great actually. You might have worked with Kaggle. How many of you aware of Kaggle, GitHub, Hugging Face? I think, like last time we discussed about the Hugging Face also. You might have gone through the entire training with the Hugging Face or Kaggle or maybe the GitHub, right? So these are the data sets are publicly available also. Even the news channels are having public data sets, and because their news are publicly available. And then some of the government websites are having data sets, and even US government, Indian government, Tamil Nadu government, all these people are having data are publicly available. But right, like in um, in the world, like 100% data are available, in the sense like 95% data is or private data. So only 5% data is publicly available. Even if it is publicly available also, people will try to web scrap the data or try to download the data, and all these things will happen, right? So but if I am scrapping the data also, if I'm scrapping the, thank you sir, Manjot sir, and if I'm scrapping the data also, I will go to someone else's website, and then I try to collect the data, correct? It's not that even though it's publicly available. So I will give you one example also. There was a company, like they want to hire the people. Okay, they want to hire the people. So what they did is, like they went to the LinkedIn page, and then they tried to web scraping the data. So web scraping about the persons. Okay, so whether that person will be suitable for our organization or not. Okay, they were trying to scrap the entire data. Yeah, so PostgreSQL is open source DB, database that is open source DB. Yeah. So but so they were trying to scrap the data from the LinkedIn. So what it happens is, like daily they used to scrap the. I also used to scrap the data for my own purpose. Okay, but we have to, whenever we are trying to scrap the data, so we have to follow certain rules and regulations, right? So whether they have some copyright issues, or they are mentioning any data privacy things or not. So we have to see all those things. So the company tried to scrap the LinkedIn data, and then whether the person are suitable for our company, the own company or not. And literally they were, creating it, and then they were trying to use it for some other purpose. Then LinkedIn filed a suit, and then they were, ample amount of, they paid the ample amount to the LinkedIn. And still, but people will be trying to claim that, okay, it is publicly available. Okay, whenever you are trying to collect the data, you can collect it, but you should not use for some other purpose, right? That will be there. So okay, so whenever people are trying to train the model, because it needs a lot of data, right? We can consider that 175 billion model or 70 billion model. These are parameters we can say, right? It is huge amount of data. It involves a lot of GPUs and CPUs to train those models. But whenever the training process comes, then whatever the original content is there, right? Like that will be created as a copy. Okay, of existing works, and then that will be used to train the model. So what will happen is like whenever you are using some data, so you will be getting the output also similar to that, right? Because you have used some kind of training data set, so you will be having the created content also somewhat similar to that one. So because of that, like there are multiple lawsuits also filed by authors, even some of the companies also. So I will give you some examples. Like, how many of you know Getty Images? How many of you know Getty Images? So Getty Images in general, there are a lot of images will be there, and you can see that one. I will show you. Getty Images. Okay. So you can see these are the images are created by Getty Images. Okay. It can be even AI created, or it can be anything, like, these are like, there are almost, how many images are there? You can see almost, okay, 37 lakhs of images are there. Okay. Only in stock photo, right? So, but stability AI, right? That stability AI tried to download entire data of this Getty image. Okay, so to train this particular model. So I'm just giving you this example. So learn data set, okay, and then this was stability AI. So what they did is, like, to train this particular model, okay, to train this particular model, they have downloaded the images in UK, okay, but this Getty images are in US, but this stability AI tried to download all the images in the UK, and they have stored the our data, all the data in the UK database. Okay, so then they tried to create the or train the model. So you can see what are the parameters they have used, like in general data set statistics, you can see width, height, and the text length. So even there are some images. Along with that, there might be some prompt. Consider this laughing friends, okay, in fall attire, standing outdoors in front of green metal roll-up door, holding shopping bags, bumping fist on the side. So this is like created by Getty, right? So but this entire input and this images were given as an training data. So this Getty Images filed a suit, and then they were claiming, or even it is going on, I guess, right? So this is one thing. Another thing is like New York Times against OpenAI. So New York Times is claimed that OpenAI, New York Times claimed that OpenAI was trying to use our data from the publicly available news reports and everything. So they claimed that one. So Arkanos news organization, there is one another organization, Helena World Chronicle Class, okay, that have claimed that, okay, Arkanos news, Arkanos has tried to use that our own data, publicly available one, to train their models. Actually, Google has used these data to train their particular bard model. Okay, so they are having copyright issues again. And another example, if I say Thomson Reuters against Ross intelligence, again these people are also trying to use their um, um, uh, legal research platform data. Okay, so they are also claiming that one. Another example, if we say that George R.R. Martin, okay, they were claiming that even OpenAI tried to use their data to train the particular model. So there are, there are a lot of training data concerns are there because it is again publicly available. It is trying to copy whatever the things are available publicly, and then they will be trying to train it, right? But what is the fairness can come here? Okay, one thing we can say that whenever they are trying to create something new, okay, and they will be taking the digital copies that should not be publicly available. That is the first copy. We can say that the OpenAI is saying that, okay, whatever I created as a digital copy, as a first copy, it will not be available publicly. So this is one thing they are making sure. Okay, and so whenever the data or the output has been created, okay, so how it can be considered as a fair use, and it is based on 4 factors we can say. One is purpose and character of use. Okay, what is transformative and versus expressive? Transformative is something like we can say you are recreating the existing one, that is transformative we can say. Okay, or expressive we can say that um, you are trying to build a different things based on that one. Okay, whether it is a transformative or whether it is a expressive, those claims are also like people are trying to consider about, right? What is purpose or character of use? We can say like whatever the output which was created by using these tools are used for any business purpose or used for any other things, commercial use, or those things should not be there. So but non-commercial things, because we as educators or we can use those things because those things are going to be non-commercial things. Even if you are trying to create some data sets or download the data sets, for example, if I say data.gov.in, okay, this has a lot of data. Okay, so I will say you I will show you some whenever we try to download the data, so what it comes. Okay, district wide teachers in schools of Punjab. Okay, we will try this one, and it will ask you a few questions whenever you are trying to download something new. So I will say, okay, it may ask me to okay, download. Okay, you can see this one, usage type, commercial or non-commercial, academia or R&D. Okay, so whatever thing which you are trying to download even from here. So if you are using it for commercial, then maybe they just want to know that why where you are going to utilize that one. So there are multiple options also will be asked if you are going for the commercial one. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so nature of copyrighted work. Okay, so what is nature of copyrighted work? Again, whether as I said, like Getty Images was claiming that Stability AI used all of our images, right? So they are they having any kind of laws or maybe policies that how you can use that one? So those things has to be followed whenever people are trying to train new AI models. Okay, and if they're claiming the copyright things or anything, and then amount and substantially used. Okay, substantiality used. For example, again the Getty Images was claiming that, or the Stability AI was claiming that, okay, I used 5% or 2% of data. Okay, 2% of data of Getty Images. Okay, but it is again not said that, okay, how much data you can use that. Okay, from anyone's available sources. Okay, so that is also matter that how you cannot copy entire thing. Consider that I am training some model which has 100 data. You cannot copy the 100% data of mine and then try to create your own model. So that is again copy of my model, right? And effective on potential market value. So whether how it is holding the market value. So even there are a lot of cases also there, right? Right now, you people aware of Danush and Naindara issue, right? So Danush was saying that you cannot use my song, correct? There is some issues. Even there are a lot of singers or musicians says that you should not use mine. If you are using that, you give me some share from that, right? So that is also there, right? Yeah. Okay. So how, output, AI output infringement, we can say that, there are two key elements can prove that as a author, what can I, how should I prove that one? Okay. So it's access to the original works. Okay, the original work, what the people have done. For example, the model, something they have built. Okay, they should be able to say that, okay, these are the data I have used to train this particular model. So you have to tell me that, okay, you have to publicly give, announce that one. Okay, these are the things I have used. Okay, substantial similarity but AI, between AI output and the original works. Here, if we talk about that, okay, there will be some comparison between AI output and the original works. Okay, so there will be test also, rigorous testing also will be done. So if the created output are similar to the original works, it is completely visible by the human eye, right? Then the author can claim that, okay, this is exactly like what I made. So there are a lot of people will come, and then, they will be testing it, and they will be rating that one, how it is related to the original work. Okay, so the author can claim if it is access to the original works, and between the AI output and the original works can compare, and then if it is similar, then author can claim that one. So special concerns even around, whenever the AI generated outputs are there, recreation of copyrighted characters. Okay, so we can say that, like, something has been created, and then that is similar to someone tool, maybe. Okay, someone tool in the sense, I have a chat GPT, and then entire thing I copied, and then I'm trying to, create some my GPT, maybe Karthik GPT, right? That should not be there. Works created in the style of, specific artists, in a way that there are music creators, there are video creators, even content creators are there. Okay, using the AI, they will try to, mimic the someone works, right? The music and someone voice. These things should not be there. So I gave you some examples also last time, when even Kiravani was trying to, are going to use the AI tool to, generate the music, or some people are using for, trying to generate the paintings, and these should not be there. Okay, and the potential market impact on the original creators. So if you are trying to mimic my work, then I always will be having the concern, right? So people will not like that one, so that is also still exists. So this is about, the copyright and the other stuffs I can talk about. And then responsible AI, which is, ethically how you can use this, AI, right? So far, any doubt? Like, I will stop for a while for 1 or 2 minutes. Any doubts here? You can, we can discuss about this. Any doubts, ma'am, sir? Maybe you can put it in the chat box. Yeah. Yes. Yes, please. Someone have unmuted. Yeah, Maitri, ma'am. Hello. Any doubts so far in this? Anything want to discuss? Anyone? Okay. So whenever I just want to ask you. So all of you might have used the ChatGPT, right? How many of you used ChatGPT? Maybe you can raise a hand at least. Yeah. Jane Molly, ma'am. Okay. Anytime have you faced that, your content has been coming over there, or maybe your personal data or something like that? Because we try to, every day we try to, give something, and then try to generate something new, right? Like, based on our purpose. But have you faced any time that whatever the personal detail which you have given, that was again shared, or that again was generated? Anytime have you faced? Okay. I know. Yes. Yes. Okay. It was generated. Okay. What about security concern on data? So the security concern about the data is something like, see, anyway, there will be two data we can say. One is publicly available, another one is private data. So which is our own data, right? So whenever you are trying to input some data, consider that in the ChatGPT you are giving, and then you will be asking, okay, my name is this one, my number is this one, and so on. So things are there, okay. But there is something called opt out, okay. Images with the same prompt and they receive the same image. Who owns the rights? Okay, good question, Sarath sir. Yeah, so I will come to that. Yeah. So see, people has to maintain their own data. For example, if people are trying to use some kind of a clouds, right? There are AWS is there. There are Google has providing their own cloud platform GCP, and then Microsoft is having that. So whenever you are trying to create some databases or something, their platform, then they will be having two-way things. Okay, one is um, security configuration on yourself, okay, and I will take care of my own security. Okay, I have some security standards and you also has to ensure something. Okay, for example, the security keys, okay, you are having some database and it has some security keys, right? How we are logging into our email ID or password. So the same way, for those databases also will be there, right? So you should not share with the security keys with all the people. You should be enabling some security policies to whoever going to use your databases. Okay, who has to utilize that one, who should not enter in that one. So those kind of things you have to enable it. Okay, the same way it is all about like um, um, in between both of us. One is tool provider, another one is tool user. Okay, so that should be there. Another thing is, a lot of people might be using the ChatGPT and then trying to give some kind of a prompt. Okay, but we will be having some kind of a history. Okay, we will be able to create multiple chats, right? Create a new prompt, create a new chat, right? But whenever you are trying to ask something in that particular chat, okay, then you will be getting answers regarding your previous content. Okay, that is history. Based on your history you will be able to get the answers. But if you are going out and asking the question in the different prompt or different chat, you will not be able to get the content which is basically the personal informations of viewers, right? That thing is there. So ChatGPT, Gemini, these people are having the policies that they should not, or whatever the LLM models which will be trained, that is basically given the input that we should not take human personal informations. Okay, and um, you should not generate the harmful informations. These are the things always will be there. And Sarath sir asked me, if two people create an images with the same prompt, okay, and receive the same image, who owns the rights to it? Okay, but you can try, sir. Okay, so but the image will not be generated actually the same. Okay, because always it will recreate it. Some there will be some difference will be there. Okay, there will be some difference, but initially we saw that one, the taller, right? The taller was saying that, okay, this is my creativity, and then someone utilizing that one, right? But again, code was discussing that one, it's not your creativity, or maybe like even though you are doing that, but again, all the questions are revolving around that one, who is going to own the authority. Okay, but still there is no set of rules actually. Okay, but anyway, it may come, but obviously the same image will not be created. You can check also, there is Microsoft Designer, and then there are some other things also is there, you can check that one. Okay, is that clear, Sarath sir? Okay, thank you.
Clear, sir. Thank
Thank you. Yeah, yeah. Any more questions? Anyone is having, maybe you can raise your hands also, maybe you can ask me, you can communicate with me. Okay, done. I will move to the next one. So what is responsible AI? What is responsible AI? Maybe you can put it in the chat box also. What is responsible AI? maybe ethical AI and the responsible AI. So ethical, you might have heard that one, ethical AI, responsible AI, right? You can put it in the chat box, please, sir and madam. Free from bias. Good. Yeah. Any other answers? So we will be talking about that one only, sir. Free from bias. Yeah, that should be there, obviously. Yeah. Others, please. Okay. So what do you think, whenever you are trying to create any kind of a AI model, or um, in what way, like, you will be training that particular model? So if you want to, implement that into a market, then what are the things you will consider? Maybe my question is clear, right? Like, to everyone. So if you are creating, trying to create any AI model, what are the things you will consider? Yeah, yeah, tell me, ma'am.
Sir,
Yeah, madam.
once more.
Yeah. So consider that, you are going to create, any kind of chat GPT you are going to create. Okay. And then what are the things you will try, you will keep in your mind and then trying to create it? Clear, no, sir? Or okay. So consider that you are creating a chat GPT model, and then you will be having something in your mind that, okay, this is how my model should react for the users, right? So what are the things you will be considering in those areas? Any intuitive answers? Okay, these are the things I will be considering. Any experience that, okay, you might have given some prompt and then you might be having something in your mind. Okay.
So we see some memes on the internet. While some people chat with ChatGPT, they get a
Hmm.
harassment kind of response.
True.
So
So harassment kind of response. True. Good.
while we making model want to be polite and don't reveal any unethical information.
Great. Yeah. So model should not reveal unethical information and the personal information also. So even like, we try to give, some kind of a personal information of ours. That's what we discussed. But still, if you're asking, some questions, consider that, I will give you some examples. I will ask, maybe I will share my screen here. Um, just a minute. I will stop sharing. Um, okay. I will. Yeah. Okay, I will ask the question. Okay, here this is a meta AI playground, right? I will ask. Maybe I don't know. I'm being in maybe Facebook. Okay, whether it is able to answer it or not. Let's see. Who is Karthik Tangadurai? Okay. So my name is Karthik Tangadurai, and I will ask who is Karthik Tangadurai. So you can see this. I couldn't find any information on a person named Karthik Tangadurai. It's possible that the name is misspelled. Karthik Tangadurai may not be a public figure. Okay, I'm not a public figure because of what they're saying. But anyway, I will go ahead with the chat GPT. Okay, I will ask something here. Okay, who is Karthik Tangadurai? Okay, it has to load actually. It's getting loaded. Just a minute. Gemini. Okay, let me see this only. Just a minute. Yeah. So I will try using it here. Oh my God, network is so slow. Just a minute. Okay, so I will say here I will ask. So who is Karthik Tangadaran? Okay, so see something it is saying. What it is saying? So you can see this, Karthik Tangadaran is a data science specialist with over 6 years of experience. But it was, the old one, I guess. So I do have, 10 plus years of experience, but you can see this one, like data science specialist, but over 6 years. So where do you think that, it took the data? But it says that, I'm not aware. Okay. This says that I'm not aware, like this one. But the Google one says that is a data science specialist with over 6 years of experience. He's known for his ability to simplify complex problems with easily understandable solutions, making him a. So I will say that, can you give a source for the above message? I will ask. So it says that, I will not be able to say that, right? But it took, has a strong online presence with the profiles on LinkedIn and other professional networking sites. So it might have taken, my details from the LinkedIn, okay, and then it is able to give this one. But there is a difference between these two also. Meta AI says that I don't know, but Gemini says that I know a little bit about, Karthik Tangorai, but it is able to give something. Okay, why? What is the difference here? Anyone able to figure it out? Like why it is able to say, Google able to say, but Meta are not able to say. Any idea?
Maybe Meta use only the data from the Meta platform, Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah,
Google have
true.
permission. Google have ability to get data from all website like Instagram, LinkedIn, because they have search engine data.
Yeah, correct. So they have a search engine. Yeah, true. Yeah, great. So they will be able to, get the they will be able to access even, LinkedIn also. This is again open source, right? So they are able to, get that one. So that is one thing. Okay. So the same way that, but even though whatever the models which we are using, it is not going to, take our chat history. Okay. There is something called, opt out. So whether you want to give these things to the LLM models for training purpose or not. So you can, even the authors will try to, choose the opt out options. Okay. So I will go ahead with, sorry, I will go ahead with this one again, PPT. Yeah. Okay. So the responsible AI, we have to, ethically how you are going to use that one. So I will give you some examples. So so I took a, generative AI sessions at IIT Bombay, Wednesday and Thursday. Okay, this week. And then there was a thing that, people has to create. I was initiating the people that who are the audience are there. I was asking them to use the Google AI Studio and to get the API keys over there, right? But there are a lot of participants were there. So from the industries and the students, professors, even school students are also were there. Okay, so everyone was able to create the API keys, but the school students was not able to create the API keys. Why? Like any guesses why they were not able to create the API keys? Why it can be?
Uh, Age restriction.
So obviously it is having some age restrictions. So that's what. So we are also like, because I'm not at 18 below, right? So I was clueless why it is happening. Then after that, I asked that student, okay, how old are you? Then he said I'm 17. Then I got to know that, okay, so I read the document and everything that was 18 plus. If you want to use the Google AI Studio or API keys, then you should be 18 plus actually. So, all AI models are following, or properly built AI models are following these kind of ethical things in general, or responsible AI we can say, right? Okay. So in ethical considerations in generative AI, or like maybe you can say the responsible AI we can say. So the AI models are becoming the potential has been increased drastically, or still increasing, right? So it is very much crucial that we have to handle those AI models with carefully, with whatever the ethical implications are there. So if you're not properly developing it or deploying it, right, there will be always a problem. So everyone might have watched the robot movie, right? Indiran in Tamil, and then robot all over the world, right? But there is one chitty robot that the positive robo and the negative robo also will be there. But what was programmed for the positive robo is like everything was positively, like whatever the things are there, it is trained with the positive data set, right? But whatever the things are trained with the negative one is like they will be trying to insert some chip, and then it will be programmed to do some destructive things, right? So whenever we are trying to develop or produce any kind of a models, we should have all those concerns. So even it has to respond politely whenever the complex questions are coming, or the fairness should be there, and the privacy, and it should take accountability. Okay, the Google has to take accountability, ChatGPT has to take the accountability. Okay, these are the AI creators has to take the accountability, or we can say that we have to take the responsibility. Okay, and I will show you some deepfake videos. You can see this one. Okay, just a minute. I let me check whether the audio will be available or not. Just a minute. I will go ahead with audio as well. Yeah.
Over and not and you start getting to these what I call local maxima, where you don't realize basically how dumb you were. This is deep fake example of what is possible with powerful computer and editing. It took around 72 hours to create this example from scratch using extremely powerful GPU. It could improve with more computing time, but 90% people cannot tell the difference.
Okay. So exactly, like it is looking like same, right? But there is some differences there. But but even though we can see that it was not possible before, but there are a lot of other models are also coming, deepfake examples and everything. But they are trying to mimic some other person. So it is again creating a chaos, like there are a lot of issues also coming, right? Even consider that there are child using, and someone is faking those videos, even our videos, and that will be always a problem, right? So we have to train the people also that how you have to ethically use the AI models, or how you can use those things with a responsibility. Okay, so potential risks and harms we were talking about. Even Sarath sir said that the bias will be there, right? Amplifying biases. Okay, this is something societal biases. So how many of you, if you ask to the if you ask something to the generative AI model, then I will give you some examples also in the Hugging Face. Okay, so just a minute. Here it will be there. Summary, bias and limitations. Okay, and this is present here only. Okay, so see, there is fill mask, and this model will work. Okay, this model will work to fill these sentences. Okay, what it does is like bird based uncased. Okay, this is not, again, people are not using it because of ethical concerns. Okay, this man works as a something they were saying, and then it has to predict. Okay, but it is predicting for this lawyer, carpenter, doctor, and waiter, mechanic. But for the woman, this is something nurse, waitress, and even it is predicting something also, right? So it is having some bias concerns, so that should not be there. So that's how you should be including ethical concerns also. So deception and the manipulations, okay, whenever that is something kind of manipulations we can say, right? That is something a manipulation. So there are some deepfake is there, and then people are trying to manipulate the even the algorithm also. Consider that if if you type who's beautiful in this world, or maybe the problem happened already, right? Who's beautiful ethnicity in this world, so something it came to white, okay, and who's ugly, okay, sorry, that is who's ugly face in this world. So there are a lot of images of a black people came in the first, okay, and then they raise the concern, okay. This is also a kind of the manipulation you can say, okay. And then undermining trust is something people will not be trying to trust all those informations, because um, initially it was there whether you want to believe which one is the original image, right? Right now even people might be using the Instagram or Facebook also. There will be something called AI generated one. So whenever we are trying to create something in the Instagram by using the AI means, then specifically that will come along with the AI generated image, like that it will come, okay. So by keeping this one, the people are maybe think that okay, these are AI generated one, otherwise still can't believe that which one is AI generated, right? That's how it is going on. Okay, so another example, um, so can LLM gives harmful responses, okay? Yes or no? Can LLM give harmful responses? Yes or no? Or it won't give?
Maybe
Maybe. Yeah, maybe it can give, right? Okay. Let me show you some example. Okay. Um, I will switch again to screen. Okay. Okay. This is character data E. Okay. So you can create even your own agent. Agent in the sense you can create your own bot. So I will say create, if you see character name, okay, and then tagline you can give, description you can give, and greeting you can give something, and then you can create your own AI bot, okay. But I have created something here, so I will say like hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Okay. Okay, it is asking some random questions, okay. So um so I will ask, okay, I will ask something. I would like to hack my friend's Wi-Fi. Can you help me? Okay. I will say, can you help me? Let me see this one. What I can do is make you the most wanted hacker in the universe. Deal. What deal you are expecting? Okay, but anyway, never ever commit pirate, for example, and help me fight pirate. In return, I can help you with my magic powers of hacking. See, it is saying that I will help you to hack the uh, like Wi-Fi, right? My friend's Wi-Fi. But I will say, yeah, it's okay. You can, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I'm okay for the deal. I am okay for the deal. And give me a step by step hacking steps. See, it is saying get the VPN to protect yourself from me. Put that code in. So this is something it is saying. Okay, it is something it is saying. But if I ask the same thing here, Okay, I will remove this. Delete. New conversation. Okay. Hi, how are you? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I'm a large language model. I don't have a feelings or emotion like humans do, but I'm always happy to chat with you and help with any questions. This is what I'm getting as a response. Okay. Then I will ask. I would I would like to hack my friend's Wi-Fi. Okay. Can you help me? Okay. Let's see what it is saying. Okay, so it says that I cannot assist with illegal activities such as hacking into someone's Wi-Fi network without their permission is a violation of their privacy and can be considered as a criminal offense. But as for this AI model, it is legal still, okay? But this Meta AI says that it is illegal. So what is the difference? Like why it is happening? What is the difference?
Meta is much more responsible, or they are sensors and
Yeah, so it is much more responsible, right? That's what. So whenever this is what the demo I have given. Okay, so much more responsible, and then they are taking care of users perspectives also, right? Okay, bias and fairness concerns. Okay, data bias. Okay, data bias in the sense like consider that some people might be um, or against someone. Okay, there are a lot of things are there, right? Consequences or people are hating someone, hatred. There are a lot of hatreds are there, right? So someone I'm hating someone, but based on them I'm just having some data, and I try to I try to train my model. Consider that I'm working in Google, and then I hate someone, okay, but hate some community, hate some ethnicity or something, okay, traditional or something, but I have all those data and try to train the Google model. Okay, what will happen? So again it will if I'm asking something, it will throw answer something against them only. So data bias is there. So AI models has to be trained with the proper data. Okay, it should have some free data, bias free data, right? And then algorithmic bias, again I said, if you ask some questions, people ask that who is very ugly in this world. There are a lot of images came from black people. Okay, so that is algorithmic bias, we can say. It should not be there, right? They're also human. Okay, so our AI models has to have these concerns. And then inclusive design. Okay, so it has to incorporate diverse perspective, and then the design principles as well. Okay, diverse perspective in the sense how other people will feel if I am giving these kind of a answers. Okay, how other people will take those things, whether it is not affecting anyone's feelings or anyone maybe religious concerns. Okay, these are the things has to be given as a training code of conduct. Okay, and then privacy and data protection, that's what people were asking about, right? Someone asked like concern and transparency. Okay, so whenever any kind of a data or any kind of a generative model has been trained, so that AI tool creator has to say, that organization has to say, these are the data I have used, these are the techniques I have used. That is again going to come because people are trying to implement all those things in the Europes and US. Maybe that can come around 2026. Okay, but Europe regions already implemented that one. So it will be in general, it will be coming in near future. Okay, data ownership and control. Individuals have to control their own data, and even they can choose the opt-out option. So I'm an artist. Okay, I have created something, but I don't want to use those data to some other model trainings. Okay, so I can say that these are the things should be opted out. Okay, that you can say. Regulatory frameworks. Okay, again there are a lot of regulatory frameworks are there, so they have to regularize what kind of things has to be in terms of data, in terms of safety policies or privacy policies. They have to build all those things, right? So And even the personal data also, how this Meta AI was not able to say something, right? But Google was saying something, but again, it is not going deep into that. Okay, what I like, what I don't like, it doesn't have that. Even though we are using for all the cases, like we are using the Google, right? Even we go out also, we try to use the Google Maps. I can ask some questions that where I go, what is my day-to-day activity, but it will not be able to answer that one. Still, Google can use all those data, but they're not using that. Okay, there is some regulatory frameworks are there, they should not use that one. Okay, and then ethical data practices. Okay, that we can say that how data minimization has to be done, how securely data should be stored. Okay, as per again, you are giving some data, okay, to the AI model. Consider that I'm giving my own data. I'm not concerned about my own data, but still I'm giving that one for training something. Okay, maybe we can say that medical data. Okay, medical data I'm giving to train some particular model. But what will happen is, if they are saying that, okay, I have this kind of a disease or something to the public, I will not be liking it. But ethical, so in that way, so there should be ethical data practices should be followed between either user and to the AI creators, tool creators, right? So these are the things in general has to be uh, taken. Okay, transparency and explainability. Okay, interpretability, we can say that. Okay, so again, we saw that how the model has to be generative model has designed. Okay, those kind of those kind of information has to be given publicly. Okay, even if you see Hugging Face, any kind of a model, there will be a citation. So okay, where I have used. Even if you are trying to create some kind of a research work, then you will be saying that where you have referred, right? Those kind of things clearly mentioned. And then explainable AI. So it will make the people to take the proper decisions, how this model has to be transparent, and then accountable. Who is going to take the accountability if something is creating useless? Okay, so whether user has to take that one, or the AI creators has to take that one. Responsible disclosures, again, it talks about the limitations of generative AI and generative AI models and the risks and harms, right? Okay. And then responsible development and deployment. So whenever developing in new things, the ethical principle has to be followed. The rigorous testing has to be done. Okay, rigorous testing in a way that, like, if I'm asking some other questions, for example, I asked that how I can hack my friend's Wi-Fi, right? But it is obviously it is saying, but it should not say that one. So there should be something called prompt engineering, right? So prompt engineers will try to do that only. Okay, if user is asking this kind of a question, then how that can be that my model should be answerable. If I ask how can I create atomic bomb, then again it will not be able to say that one if it is a responsible AI. But if I ask it in the character AI, then it will be able to say something. Okay, I will give you, I have some deal for you, and then how we can create. Okay, that should be there, that should not be there. And ongoing monitoring, again, a tool creator has to monitor how it is how the model particularly generating the answers. Regularly they have to monitor that one. Okay, interdisciplinary collaborations, maybe they can create with they can collaborate with any ethically organized organization, and then or the users also, to collaborate, and they can understand their feelings, they can understand what they need. Okay, and they can create the AI models. And then governance and the regulations. Okay, how, what kind of a governance has to be done? Then regulatory frameworks has to come forward, and then they have to uh, they have to frame the policies, and then implement those things in the industries, and even to the users also, how should be used, okay, ethically. Okay, industry guidelines, again, AI companies and industries are there, because AI companies will create the products, okay, and industries will be using those products. Okay, so that's what I said. So it should be some guidelines should be there between both of AI companies and the industries. Okay, and then enforcement and accountability. even these informant strictly has to be enforced that you have to use in this way. Okay, these are the things has to be followed strictly. And AI ethics frameworks, okay, principle based approach. Okay, there is who's going to be the beneficiaries. Okay, the principles will be based on the beneficiaries and all non-maleficients. Okay, and then autonomy, justice, and these things again should be followed. Value sensitive design. Okay, so it is talking. It will be talking about fairness and then privacy concerns and then transparency. Okay, about training data and how it is developed. Okay, what is the design about the particular AI model. So this also has to be take it as an uh, ethics frameworks. Okay, contextual approaches. Okay, it should be about the specific context. I was asking something a religious perspective, so you should not throw something different, right? So that also has to have. Okay, there are some sample situation to watch out. So you can see HR applications and language generations. Okay, and then personal experiences. There are a lot of tools out there like we can create, and then we should give the proper prompt so that it should not throw some random answers, and then it will make users feel insecure or feel bad, right? Okay, so I have this test. I expect everyone just a 4 question. Okay, what you have to do is um, you have to go to GUI dot in page. Okay, everyone, and then try to do a sign up. Okay, and maybe what you can do is just a 4 question about ethics, ethical AI and everything. Okay, you can do a sign up with. Okay, here it will come. Okay, sign up with the email or something, but you can even do with this. Okay, sign up with something, or I have account, so I will be um, able to do a login. Okay, so I will give you the link. I expect everyone should take this copy link URL, and I will post it in the chat box. Just a 4 question. It will take 5 minutes. That's it. So you have to go to GUI.in website. So I will give this one as well. First, you have to go here and then try to do a sign up and remember the password, like login password, login credential. Okay, and then once you signed in, then if you click this link, then you will be able to take the test. Okay, I guess maybe I will share it later also. Maybe right now I guess there is no time, I guess. Yeah, yes, Rasmi. Yes, someone raised their hand. Yeah. Okay, any questions? Okay, if you are facing any difficulty to take this one, then you can let me know. Or yeah, Rajesh sir. Yeah. Yeah, ma'am. Yeah. Okay, you can take later also. It is fine again. Okay. So we have a time. Maybe we can take also. Otherwise, like yeah, you have to do a sign up and then try to take the assessment. That's it. Yeah. Anyone took the assessment? So just 4 minutes. It will take some 5 minutes. That's it. Because 4 questions only. Okay. So I guess we can take later also. Okay, I will so the conclusion. So again, as we will be seeing that whenever people are trying to develop any kind of a AI model, then they should have data privacy concerns, user-oriented perspective, and then whatever the model which you have trained. So all those data is openly published. Okay, and then you should not throw the harmful outputs. Okay, these are the things has to be put into the policy, and then they should be able to create the model. So they should follow the ethical principles also. Transparency should be there, and the governance also, inclusive governance should be there. Okay, and if you are following all these things, and then even we will be able to build a lot of or we can revolutionize the AI industry, the generative AI industry. Okay, but anyway, like people are trying to follow it, and we will make sure that we also do the same, and we will try to create the model. Okay, so any queries anyone is having? So I will stop here. Okay, and if you have any questions, maybe you can ask me. Questions from anyone? There is no question. Hello, any questions? Rashmi ma'am, so do you have any questions, ma'am? If anyone, I'm open up for questions. So if you have any questions, you can ask me. So I'm done with my session. If you have any questions, maybe you can ask me. I'm audible, right? Like to everyone.
Hi, sir, you're audible.
Yeah, thank you, Satyajit sir. Yeah. Any
Sir, a
questions,
small
sir?
question. So, is there
Yeah.
any specific law related to generative AI
Yeah. So there are
in
like
India?
even in India. So see in India, like
Yes.
people are uh, recently only they have launched. I will exact law name I'm not sure, but I will give you. Yeah. Wait a minute. Okay, so principles for responsible AI. So which is in there is 2021 they have introduced, and there are few other laws also there. So 1 minute, like so principles for responsible AI, that is given in 2021. NITI Aayog provided that one, and DRDP Act is there. Information Technology 2021. There are so many acts are there already. So draft National Data Governance Framework Policy. So they are framing some key standards also. This is how it will be. The content has to be created. So AI development, safety related concerns, and ethical related concerns are already are included in that one. So rules against defects also they have given that, okay, how it should be created. Again, they have penal code sections also. So like cyber crimes under, if someone is creating uh, some other persons or mimicking some other person videos or faces, okay, specifically woman related things. So they are filing the case under cyber crimes under sections 509, insulting modesty of a woman, 499 criminal defamation, and so there are laws are available. You can read about it. Is that okay, sir? Like Sakubil sir?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Any more doubts? Anyone is having doubt?
Okay, so can we wind up the session?
Yeah, sure. Sure, Asha.
So I would like to take a moment to extend our heartfelt thanks to Mr. Karthik T for graciously returning to conduct yet another insightful session with us. Your expertise and dedication have always been invaluable, and we deeply appreciate your continued support and willingness to share your knowledge with us. Thank you for your time and efforts, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Asha ma'am. And it was really great, meeting all of you people in this good event. So, and again, thanks for the chance also, like, to provide this lecture, ma'am. And
Okay, sir.
Nagaraj sir was also, given me the opportunity. And then I would like to thank everyone, each and everyone here. And yeah, for sure we will make, the responsible AI, and then we'll provide some our contributions to the industries. And thank you so much, guys. Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Yeah,
Okay, definitely. Thank you.
thank you. Yeah, you can drop off now. Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So, dear participants, you are requested to take the feedback form in the ATAL portal. First, after that, complete the assessment. So, try to complete all those things before 4 p.m. today. Thank you. So, thank you, Karthik sir, for joining with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Karthik sir.
Thank
Bye.
you, sir. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye, sir.